So Mum, just following today's TikTok video, do you mind just explaining a bit more how the solicitors draw up who's kind of entitled to what?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really important that people are aware of how we look at the family dynamic to help them understand before they go into that initial meeting with the solicitor. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at is length of marriage. Is this a short marriage, medium marriage, long marriage? You know, a short marriage, we're talking maybe 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years. Mid-length, we're sort of anything sort of 5 years up into maybe 8 or 9. And then long marriage, we're talking 10 years plus. That's the first thing. Then we're going to look at children. How many children, if any, are in this relationship and how old are they? Are they really young children or are they more sort of 14, 15 and therefore much nearer to being 18-year-old? That's really important because if we've got young children who are sort of age 2, 3 and 4, for example, and they're going to be living with one parent, then that parent has a long way to go before the children are independent. So they will need perhaps more of the equity or the matrimonial assets in order to house the children and to help them look after the children if they are unable to work. So that's the second thing we look at. We're then going to look at the age of the parties. That's important because we're also going to be looking at pension. So if we are doing a divorce and people are perhaps already 60, then they haven't got much of an opportunity to continue to pay into their pension pot. So that's really important for us to think about as opposed to maybe doing a divorce for a 30-year-old couple. We're also going to be looking at health. You know, are one of the parties so unwell that perhaps they can't work and therefore they need more of the assets because their health prevents them from working. So lots and lots that we're going to be looking at. The video that I did, or the TikTok that I did earlier today, was specifically about the business and are you entitled to 50% of your spouse's business? Again, we'd be looking at, does that business provide an income for the entire family? How much does your spouse own of that business? Are they 100% shareholder or 100% sole trader? Are they 50% shareholder? Maybe only 25%. So we're going to be looking at lots of other factors there as to, you know, how much of that business you're entitled to. So once you have made the decision to go into a divorce and you then want to sort of get some idea as to what you're entitled to, have a think about all those factors I've just spoken about. And then of course it's really important that you take some bespoke legal advice because you're going to be able to tell those factors or those scenarios to your solicitor and they'll be able to tell you not exactly what you're entitled to, but what a likely outcome will be at court. Courts are always looking to ensure that the orders are fair and reasonable. So all of those things I've talked about is what the courts are going to be factoring in when they are considering if an order's fair and reasonable.